Hey, what's going on? I am me. Today is Monday, so that means it's Marriage Mondays, Married Monday, Relationship Monday, one of the three, but it is Monday. Today I'm going to talk about compromise versus settling for less. Um, in relationships, you have to find common ground, you have to compromise for certain things. I'm going to give you small examples to larger examples. Small example is my wife likes to squeeze toothpaste from anywhere. I like to squeeze toothpaste from the bottom up towards the top. So that's a small compromise I have to make. I just had to get used to the fact that that's the way she squeezes the toothpaste out the tube. Larger compromise might be um, finances, maybe. Maybe you feel like you can spend a certain amount of money or something, and the spouse or partner feels that you shouldn't spend that much on an item. So what you would do is find a common ground, like, okay, well, let's save up for it first, or let's find it cheaper, whichever it may be. Other compromises might be time spent with your hobbies versus time spent with your partner or your spouse. So if you have a hobby that takes up a lot of time, you might have to compromise and cut the hobby that you enjoy doing shorter so you can spend more time with your partner or your spouse. In return, you might get those days where your partner or your spouse might say, okay, babe, I know you enjoy this certain hobby. You spent a lot of time with me last week. Why don't you go ahead and spend some time doing what you enjoy as an individual, not as a couple? Um, Compromise. You might have to compromise where you have a disagreement, and one of your views is I'm right, the other view is I'm right, or you're right, I'm wrong, you're wrong, and I'm right. And you have to come to an agreement, a common ground. That's what it is. You have to come to a common ground and compromise over the situation, the argument or disagreement, whatever it may be. Settling for less. Don't settle for less. It's a difference between compromise and settling for less. When you settle for less, it's like you just giving up and like, okay, whatever you say is fine. There's no common ground there. It's like if you have an argument and you just give up, like, whatever, babe, whatever you say, that's fine. You haven't actually voiced your opinion, so there's no ground for compromise. You're just settling for less, or for whatever your spouse or partner has come up with their final decision or conclusion. Or settling for less is your spouse is spending a lot of time, a lot of energy with their hobby and no time with you, and you're not saying anything because you want your spouse or partner to remain happy or be happy, but you're settling for less because you deserve more out of the relationship. So you have to learn how to compromise, and sometime when you compromise, you're not always victorious over the situation. So you have to realize that sometimes you're giving up more than you want to, but in the long run or in return, um, you will gain more. Especially if if you have a good spouse or partner that understands you and see that you're showing effort, giving effort, um, spending more time with them. When you decide to do something that you want to do, they should sit back and say, you know what, my babe or my sweetheart, they took time out of their schedule or things that they were doing to spend with me. So this time I'm going to let them do whatever they want to do. And it's no big deal. So you have to learn how to compromise. Another thing about compromise, me and my wife go out to dinner. I can find anything on the menu that I will enjoy eating. I can find something on the menu. She's a little picky. So when it comes to compromise, I say, hey, babe, you pick the restaurant, pick what you want to eat. I will find something on the menu. That's a compromise I make when we go out, because I enjoy all types of food, so it doesn't matter what she chooses. So I'll let her choose. That's a compromise that I make. Um, Although some nights I might want something in particular, and I know that her taste buds are a little funny, I still let her choose, because once we get there, I will find something I enjoy myself or the food I'm having. Anyway, I just wanted to do a quick video today before the wife gets home. I went to the gym today, but that's a different story. And I'm about to start preparing dinner for wifey. And that's another thing. So, it's not so much this isn't so much a compromise. It's more so I wouldn't say sacrifice either, but I get home way before my wife gets home, and so I have time to do something around the house, which is cook, clean, or whatever it may be. That's a compromise that I'll make. Before she gets home, I do those things, so when she gets here, she doesn't have to do anything at all, and that way she can give me her all to myself. So I'm benefiting out of that. That's a sacrifice. So I guess that'll be a different subject, but they're still on the same lines as far as sacrifice and compromise, I would say. But don't settle for less. If you see that you're settling for less, let your spouse know, like, look, I don't want to settle for this, so let's make some type of compromise or whatnot. And you find out that when you come to your spouse or partner and tell them, like, I don't want to settle for less, let's compromise on something, they're willing to do that. Anyway, the garage door just opened, wifey's home, so I'm going to go and greet her with a big hug and kiss and all that good stuff. So do those things: like, subscribe, comment, hit the bell, all that good stuff. Thank you for watching. I am me. Please subscribe once again and check out our channel, Me and Mrs. Jones. Subscribe to that channel as well, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.